-2 degrees, creating content Moravske Toplice style. Join me on my walk this morning. As I make my way out for a walk this morning, it's -2 degrees here today, so let's see what it's like. And that cold weather hasn't sunk in yet. I'm pretty rugged up today. A little bit foggy, a little bit frosty. It's about 8 AM in the morning. The floor is a little bit slippery. I've gone for the sneakers. Try and get a bit of exercise. Join me on my walk. So -2, this is what it looks like. Just going to head out for a little bit of a walk just to try and get some exercise. We've just been eating way too much food here, and just starting to really feel the effects of it. Putting on my winter coat, so to speak. So I'm just going to head off through the caravan park here today. There's a caravan park, massive caravan park here, past the main hotels, which I'll show you a little bit of some of them from the outside. We might duck into the driveways and show you some of those again. If there's anything else you guys want us to show you, please shout out, let us know, and we'll try and get to it during our trip. Shout out to Paz for the 4 and 20 cab from the MCG back in Melbourne. One of the promotions they ran. Today it's serving its purpose, as I'm out pounding the pavement, doing my best to entertain you guys, but just doing my best to have a look around and just see what's around the town, but primarily just got to work off these pounds. Food is just too tasty over here in Slovenia, so make sure if you get the chance you get over here and have a look around the Prekmurje region and some of those places that we have visited, including Zeleni Gaj, Zvezda in Beltinci, Prekmurska Pizza here in Moravske Toplice, and a number of others that we've shown you along our journey. Enjoy the walk, guys. As we pass by some of the more accommodation that they have here at Toplice, they have these little townhouse type units that they rent. I'm trying not to fall as I walk across this frozen pathway. Like, so I put my sneakers on today because I'm going to try and walk for at least half an hour just to get a bit more exercise. But these available through a number of booking sites, including bookings.com. I'll find out the name of them and put them across the bottom of this video. The Slasticharna Salon ice cream shop. I don't think it's doing much business today. It's cold outside, but I'm toasty warm. Got the gloves, got the jacket, the big jacket on today, and got the thermals underneath. This mist hopefully lifts today, but at the moment, as I mentioned, it's -2 degrees. I'm going to walk up past this creek. Usually we go into the caravan park through there, and the reason we head into there is to use their laundromat facilities. The Prekmurje apartments traditionally don't have, or haven't, the two that we've rented over the last couple of years haven't got washing machine facilities. This, however, has changed with the Prekmurje apartment that we have rented this time. The lady actually did our washing for us yesterday, which was very nice of her, so shout out to the Prekmurje apartment staff here in Moravske Toplice for helping us out. Now it's really slippery across this bridge. I don't know where these paths are going to take me, but I might wander up the road here a little bit. Which way should I go? Left? Oh, they say right is right, hey? I'll duck up this way, see if I can get back across and come into the township. This road is, let me tell you, super slippery. as I can feel my feet sliding out from under me. So I'll put the camera down now for a second because I really don't want to go arse over. Even though it'd probably be a bit of a laugh for some of you guys out there, but hey, I'll just push on 2 feet, not on all fours. Still on our walk here in Moravske Toplice this morning, and one of the things that's come to my attention is these molehills here on the sides of the pathway. There is a number of, they have a mole problem here in Slovenia. They genuinely do, and they do a bit of damage to the fields and the grasses and that. So I think they only come out at night, so we haven't seen one. So yeah, bit of a mole problem in Slovenia. Still out enjoying my walk this morning in Moravske Toplice in what can only be described as pea soup. It's got a pea soup look and a pea soup feel, if pea soup was cold. Anyway, enjoying my walk. We'll continue back on through these apartments that I did talk about earlier. To my immediate right here, and I've had a bit of a look on Google, and those apartments are actually called Prekmurska Vas. Prekmurska Vas. I believe they're under the Apartment Vital Resort, bookings.com. There's a number of these little townhouse type dwellings here in the township of Moravske Toplice. There's that white bird, startled me a little bit in the distance there. But they seem quite decent accommodation, a really good location, great for family groups, etc. Because they're slightly larger. Car parking obviously beside each one, which is free and inclusive. And look like plenty of space. More molehills. The moles have been busy here today, as I mentioned earlier. So they come up at night, but they dig their little mounds and do significant amounts of damage to a lot of fields and grassed areas here. And up ahead, on my walk today, I'll cross over this bridge and duck back through those apartments, the Prekmurska Vas apartments. They actually look quite nice, so stay with me. There's I think a couple of lots of them, both sides of this little river, little creek that sort of runs through. I'll find out the name of that river. I'll try not to get run over by this truck that's coming my way. Who's slowing anyway. Might be getting a coffee from the Štrkova bar, or just dropping someone off. So I'll cross over this little bridge here and make my way into the Prekmurska Vas apartments. Readjust that hat, don't want to lose an ear. Very, very pretty. I'll have a look, there's a map I think further ahead. I'll have a look and let you know how many of these cottage style apartments there are here. Very pretty, very traditional looking, and definitely somewhere to consider staying. So they've got the straw thatched roofs, which was the building style back in the day here in these parts of Prekmurje and in a lot of parts of Europe. There would have been mud brick dwellings back in the day, these aren't. But as you can see, there's a significant number of these, and there's some over there with the terracotta roofs as well. So there is quite a number of these little apartments here. They really seem quite handy. I don't know what they're like inside, you might have to look online for that. But definitely some accommodation well worth considering on a pea soup cold day. -2 this morning when I left the apartment, and I believe they're expecting, I'll go this way, I believe they're expecting a top of 6 degrees today, so quite balmy conditions for what we've been used to. So this mist, this fog should lift as the day progresses, and hopefully we get a nice clear day to get some activities in. Today we're spending the day hopefully ducking back to Zeleni Gaj to meet up with Boštjan Berke, have a look through his distillery, see what it's all about, hopefully purchase some of his products as well to take back with us, within our restrictions of course, and yeah, just see what it's all about, and the rest will just be some family catch-ups in the Prekmurje, in this immediate Prekmurje region. We also, yes, Alois did mention yesterday, we will try and get to the Otok Ljubezni, the River of Love in Ižakovci, which is not far out of our way here. Here's some more of those apartments style townhouses that I was talking about that do have rent here. Here in Prekmurska Vas is the name of the complex. There's a sign here, so we'll have a look at that sign and let you know what this place is all about. Dobrodošli v Prekmurska Vas. And as you can see, Prekmurska Vas Ajda and Turniško naselje. So there's two sort of complexes in this one place. Very centrally located. If you jump on bookings.com, you'll find this place quite easily. Here's the entrance to the thermal baths for those looking at taking that up while you're here. It's 45 or 46 degrees back home in Australia today. It's going to be 6 degrees here today. It's -2, maybe -1 now. I don't think I'll be swimming. Enjoy the walk, guys. So just looking straight ahead, this is the rear of the apartment block that we're actually staying in behind the Perunica pizzeria, and I have mentioned that a number of times. They do some really amazing food. There's a few early punters in there for a cup of coffee and one beer. Well, it is nearly 9 o'clock, so I suppose you can't complain. I'm going to duck over past the supermarket, which is across the road from us, and have a look out, see what pathways run behind the roadway to Murska Sobota. So this roadway takes you out to Murska Sobota one way and back towards Beltinci. We tend to drive the other way. Beltinci and Landava to your right as you're looking at the road. That church, magnificent church, we will have a little bit of a closer look at that later, even possibly today. Rings its bells every hour, which is, you might think annoying, but it's actually not. It's really beautiful to hear the church bells sort of chiming every hour. They only go on for a few seconds, so it's not as if something annoying that would irritate you. It's quite pleasurable to hear, and especially on a pea soup day like today. I believe this place to my right here also may have some apartments upstairs, but there definitely is a few hotels in behind this place. And as I put the camera on, it seems like I'm beside the busiest roadway in Slovenia. But there's a coffee shop there, post office, just a general clothing store, and there's a couple of hotels in behind it, which we haven't explored yet, including Gostišće Šiftar, which may be on the cards tonight for a snappy beer, spritzer, or Refošk red wine, which is the seems to be quite a nice dry red white that Louise has had on a couple of occasions here. As we make our way out to, there's a forest walk here. I'll show you a little bit of what that looks like. But I don't think I won't be going along it this morning. Might be something we look at for my walk tomorrow morning, as we cross back over that little river that I mentioned earlier. Both sides. As we're walking beside the roadway that heads up towards Murska Sobota. But yeah, this little pathway through the forest here does look good. And it's called Trim Steza Čreta. But as you can see, I've got the Hoka Bondi 9s on today, which are not conducive to walking on that pathway, but I will bear a little bit of it and see what this sign up here says. See if it provides a little bit more information as to what this forest walk provides. You can hear the snow crunching under my feet. It's not that slippery, and I'm being careful not to step in anything too deep so that I don't get wet feet. So Trim Steza, Moravske Toplice. It's a track of, okay, there's a couple of different distances you can do. There's up to 1 kilometre, so I might test that out tomorrow morning. There you go. There's a few workstations along the way as you go along this path. Okay, so it is marked. It's actually a walking path that is marked. So guess what? My mission today is convince Louise, as I keep covering my ears because it is cold, that tomorrow morning we need to come for a romantic walk through the forest here in Moravske Toplice. Keep watching to see how I go. If you watched any of our episodes, you'll be able to make your own assessment as to whether I can get her to come along tomorrow. I'm going to head back now. I've been gone a little while already. Hopefully Louise has that. Hopefully Louise has that coffee pot on the boil, because I'm in dire need for a cup of coffee now. So, and I didn't take my wallet, so I'm not sure whether my phone tap business will work at the coffee shop here. So I'll make my way back to the apartment, which is just back past the supermarket. Another interesting thing here, and I've spoken about this before, they build the houses very, very close to the roadside here. This one's not too close because there is a little footpath there, but as you do drive through some of these small towns, the houses are right up to the edge. And this one's sustained some sort of damage. I don't know whether that's from a car, but it is quite old. I think we spoke about this one previously. This would have been a straw roof mud brick home back in the day, and now it's obviously been rendered and the roof replaced. Looks like some time ago with these shingle tiles. On my way back to the apartment, I've probably got another 50 or 100 metres to go. I'd say 100 metres at least to our Prekmurje apartments complex. Passing the church. Welcome, dobrodošli, willkommen, benvenuti, and udvozhovlyuk. That might be Russian, I'm not sure. But I tell you what, I'm not in a hurry today. Although, with that dog barking in the background, I just made sure that gate was closed. I could have very quickly been in a hurry. And just in case you're wondering, we went to Graz yesterday in Austria, and we picked up some German-Austrian pretzels, so they're on the breakfast agenda today. That's why I didn't duck into the supermarket for our supplies for our burek, but tomorrow morning we'll probably go out for breakfast before making an earlier trip. I think tomorrow we'll head back to Graz. Yesterday we went into Graz to do some shopping. Tomorrow we'll be heading into Graz, Old Town. Just need to work out the parking. It seems a little bit complex, trying to work out where to park, street parking, complex parking, what's available, what's not, and where it is. So we'll let you know how that goes as well. Just back, passing our car as we head up to apartment 10 here at Prekmurje Apartments. Hope that coffee's ready. I've just been back to the apartment for that cup of coffee and to warm up a little bit. I've gone for the baseball cap this time, which in this still chilly weather may not have been the best choice, but hey, it is what it is. And I'm heading over to the visit the church here. 10 o'clock, the bell should be ringing. We're just about on 10 o'clock, so hopefully we can pick it up on the audio here today. Right on time. And I think that's it. I'll just have a quick look inside and let you know what it looks like. Like with all Go Travel vlogs, not everything always goes our way. Front door is locked, but we'll duck around the side to see if it is open at all, so we can have a look inside and see what it looks like. The church bell ringer seems to just be leaving the little presbytery here at the back. It might have been a church bell ringer. We'll see if we can have a look inside. Not sure, but the door, I'll try that front door one more time, but it does appear to be locked today. Come with me as I try and make my way into the church. If it isn't open, I will find out if there is mass times here, and we might have to come to a mass to have a look. Most churches are generally open most of the time. There might be certain hours. The sign here doesn't say too much, but we'll try one more time in case I got it wrong. And if not, we'll try the other side. Take two. No. That's definitely locked. Locked. There's a couple of side doors here, which are also locked. So, with that done, you've heard the church bells. I'll head back to our apartment, finish that cup of coffee, and maybe do a bit of research to see what time the church is actually open here in Moravske Toplice. This is a travel log, this is real, and this is what happens sometimes. Leaving the church in Moravske Toplice and happily heading back to my apartment because it is a little bit cold on the old earbuds. Back across the road we go. Alright campers, just before I head back up to my apartment, I'm going to just drop into the little gift shop here in Moravske Toplice and see what young Iris has got on offer today. So this place does sell different little trinkets and tchotchkes, if you like. Some local med, honey, made here in Slovenia. Some syrups, bushnolia, which is the pumpkin seed oil, very, very popular in this region. Some nice wines. And what are these ones down the bottom here? Some juices, are they? Juices?
Apple juice.
Apple and apricot, is it?
Apricot juice, yes.
Yeah. They do have some nice brandies as well here, or schnapses as we call them, is that right?
Yes.
Which is the favourite one here, Iris, that they sell?
The best one.
Which is the best one that everyone likes?
This one. Everyone loves Marilla schnapps.
Everyone will like the Morelice. Morelice, for those of you playing along at home, is apricots, is that right?
Apricot, I think.
Apricot, yes. So the apricot schnapps. That might be one that we'll be taking back home with us. So other trinkets that they've got here, the little tchotchkes that they have, little coffee cups and stuff, fridge magnets, a little bit of jewellery, and importantly some clothing, which you can do, and of course the obligatory postcards. If you're in Moravske Toplice, make sure to drop in and pick up a little souvenir or two. Really well priced, good local store. Thank you so much. Thank you, Iris. It is. As is the Slovenian tradition, as I just leave the store, I was offered a couple of shots of the local spirits that they had. I tried the blackberry, which was magnificent, which is mixed with the schnapps that they make. And I also tried the travnica, which is a herbal schnapps as well. Very nice place here in Toplice. If you're in Toplice, make sure you make the time to go in and have a look. We'll definitely stop in before we head home and get some souvenirs that Louise will obviously pick. Enjoy, guys. Thanks for sticking around until the end. We really hope you enjoyed that morning walk. And make sure to stay tuned for next week's new adventure. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. And as always, we genuinely hope that you enjoy the show.